Hey guys, and again welcome back to my channel. Today's video is meant to be about my 38-week pregnancy update, although I feel like I have no idea where to start with this one, so I'm just gonna wing it and see how it goes. That's purely because my brain this morning, it's not even this morning, it's like the afternoon now, is like mush because I got some pretty exciting news and I will definitely be telling you guys, so stay tuned for my big announcement. Technically, as I'm filming this, it's Friday the 30th of December. And today, as I film this, I'm actually 39 weeks as of today. I want to recap the 38 weeks to start with. So I'm sure if you've been following along, you know that we do weekly ultrasounds and CTG monitoring and different things like that. This week, 38 weeks, was absolutely no different. We did do a growth scan this week, so he's still in the 12th percentile, which is good. However, I was in two minds about the thing because I was half expecting him to be less than 12%, in the 12th percentile, or like he's just put on weight and he's now out of that 12th percentile and could be like around the 14 or 15 sort of mark. But no, he stayed the same, which is good. You know, you don't really want them going down less because then it does indicate that there's a problem. But basically he's now weighing 2.8 kilos. I have no idea what that is in pounds. So that's good. So 2 weeks ago he was 2.4 in the 12th, now he's 2.8 in the 12th. So he looks fine. They're not too worried about it. But once you've been marked as like, you know, needs monitoring and like needs like constant observation, they kind of just continue that anyway. So we had our obstetrician appointment. That was this Wednesday, so 2 days ago now, and that went really well. Basically she went over the results of our ultrasound and, you know, said that there's a little bit of a difference between the size of his head to the size of his stomach. So he's on the narrower side on the stomach, you know, but it wasn't anything to be concerned about. Like, it's not highlighting an issue with the placenta or different things because the blood flow and everything is perfectly fine. Oof, it is so hot today. I'm pretty sure it's like 39, 40 degrees, so hot. Out of that appointment, what was going to happen was she was going to consult with the other obstetrician, because as I've said previously, my actual obstetrician is on Christmas break and she's not back till the 10th of January. So there's two people filling in for her and they're going to consult and come up with a date that they want me to be induced, because they don't want me going over my due date because baby is small. I was waiting to hear back from them about an induction date and what the plan was for the week ahead if I hadn't gone into labor before then. Anyway, so the plan was still continue as the same. So they wanted me for Friday, as in today, to do CTG monitoring. They also wanted me to do an additional one on Monday, have my obstetrician appointment next Wednesday, and then on the following Thursday do another scan just to make sure that everything is looking fine, because on that Friday, so next Friday in 7 days, is my actual due date, and I would be induced either on the day or day after or day before sort of thing. So that was the plan for the week ahead. However, as I mentioned, Fridays we do CTG monitoring, which is today, and we went and did that, and I'm actually 39 weeks, which I've said. And again, I apologize for seeming all over the place, but it's because of the news that I've received. Basically, during this monitoring where they strap you up with the pink and blue bands and all of that jazz to monitor, you know, baby's movements and his heart rate and my contractions, it came back as though my contractions were very regular. And they were more interested a little bit in the contractions, you know, towards the end of it, when they started to notice that, oh yeah, it is very regular, and they decided that they wanted to do an internal exam. And I have not had one of these at any of my obstetrician appointments. I know that it's quite common for a lot of people to start being checked once they hit full term, but that wasn't my experience at all. So this was my first time having the internal exam to see if you're dilated or anything. Let me just say, it is the most uncomfortable and like actually it was quite painful experience. And like, I know if you do pap test or pap smears, like that's also like quite uncomfortable as well, but this was like another level. Like it was not pleasant at all. Like it really hurt. So if you've got one of them coming up, I don't mean to like scare the crap out of you, but it does hurt. But then on the other side of things, I have heard that everyone's experience is different, and some people like it doesn't hurt at all. I guess it just depends on the individual. But my experience was that it wasn't the most pleasant thing. Upon doing the exam, it came back that I was actually dilated to 1 centimeter. And I was told that I'm definitely in early labor, which is why I feel so all over the place. I probably look so tired because like I am really tired. It's also really hot. Couldn't be bothered to do like the makeup and all of that sort of stuff because like seriously, like who cares? 39 weeks on the dot, I am in early labor. So technically baby can come today, which I really doubt. Most likely in the next day or two, I would say. I really hope it's not tomorrow night being New Year's Eve, because where we live and where our hospital is, we need to cross Sydney Harbour Bridge, which is closed for the fireworks. So don't know how I'm going to get to the hospital if that's the case. My grandmother thinks that I should camp out on the other side just on the off chance that something happens. That's my very exciting news. I feel like I almost don't believe it, but my contractions are regular, like even though I can like feel them, and they sort of like, maybe I should recap a little bit. So for a while, a good couple of weeks, I've been reporting to my obstetrician that I have period pain. You know, she's like, oh yeah, it's normal sort of thing, nothing to worry about, because nothing has really happened. So I had period pain, and it wasn't like an all-day thing, or like it was every 5 minutes I'd have this sensation or something like that. It wasn't that way. It was just every once in a while in the day I started getting the period pain, crampy sensation. I'd also be getting like, you know, tightening, like Braxton Hicks, and you get that lightening when baby's like head is going down further into like your pelvis. So I've been having that for a few weeks. However, I would say since Christmas Eve, they've sort of got like much more regular and more frequent. So the period pain is like more frequently throughout the day. The tightening, it gets actually really uncomfortable, like around my ribs. Like it can be really, really unpleasant. And that's been happening so like almost the better part of a week-ish, I would say. Yeah, definitely a week. But yeah, so that's definitely increased. So today I can definitely tell that the contractions that I do have is constant. Like they haven't increased in pain, but I guess that's not the issue when you're in early labor. It's more the consistency. So that's interesting and exciting and scary, and I really don't think that this is happening, which just sounds so silly because, you know, you go 40 weeks really, or 39 for me, and you know that this is inevitable. You are going to have a baby. You know, you go through fertility treatments to, you know, or even if you don't, even if you conceive, you know, with no assistance or anything like that, like you obviously want a child, or even if it's an accident, like whatever your circumstances are, the moment you find out you're pregnant, you know, shit, I'm gonna have a baby, you know, deal with that later, sort of thing. But that moment comes that you realize, oh my god, this is actually the end of my pregnancy. Like at some point in the next few days or a week or whenever it is, really once you hit full term, it's like this is it. Like, I'm gonna have a little person to look after and to love and to play with and to care for, and I'm sure he'll frustrate me and I'm sure I'll frustrate him, and this is the start of my family with my partner. So it's definitely an emotional time, but it's also really exciting, and it's like, I don't know how many times I can say it, but I still feel like it's like not real. So there's the denial again. So that's my exciting news. I don't know what's gonna happen because my waters haven't broken or anything like that. This is very early and just going with the flow for now. But I didn't really want to sit around, which is what I've been doing the last few days because it's so hot here in Sydney. Like I said, 40 degrees. Don't know what that is in like Fahrenheit, but I think it might be around like 104 or something. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Like, it's yuck. So I've been sitting around in the house in the aircon, not wanting to go out, literally laying on the couch watching movies all day. Like, I'm not gonna feel guilty for that because I've needed the break because I'm so exhausted. So today, once I found out that I am in labor, or early stages of labor, I've been the complete opposite. I felt like, oh my god, I need to clean the house. Done. Need to do the laundry. Done. Need to pack my hospital bag, which was pretty much done, but I'm just those last few little pieces, which is now done. Shh. Gotta film a 38-week update. Now done. Gotta edit 38-week update. I'll get to that. The other thing that I haven't done but wanted to do is what's in my hospital bag, which I'm gonna film straight after this. So the other thing I haven't done either is the name reveal, or a, what is it called? Name reveal? Nursery tour. I've just always assumed, oh, there's plenty of time, no worries, whatever. No, there's never time. But that's it. So I definitely do want to film the birth for my like personal records, and I will probably share some of that with you guys. But yeah, and I definitely want you all to meet my little boy when he arrives, whenever that is. So as this quite possibly could be my very last pregnancy update, I will show my bump shot for probably the last time. So let's just get straight in.